Peace and blessings, family. My name is Jay, and today I'm going to talk to you guys today about these planets again. And we already know what all the planets are, so without hesitation, let's get right back into it. So we already covered the sun, and the moon. So what does that leave us now? It leaves us with our Mars and Venus. It leaves us with Mars, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So yeah. Now in this one, we're going to talk about the fiery planet Mars. The planet, and the planet and the thing that looks like this, looks like that. With the little circle, and then you got the little thing pointed, kind of like make an arrow. You can't do it. You can't do it in the video like that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the planet Mars in astrology. The planet Mars in astrology, it represents our like our aggression, our anger, and our passions, our courage. Did I say sex drive? If I didn't say sex drive, it also represents our sex drive too, and just anything that could I'll have to watch that. But, yeah, definitely going to watch that. Anyway, sorry about that. Basically, anything that deals with like the more physical like the more and the more like expressive and initiative aspect of like the masculine, your masculine energy, or like the fire element, because Mars is a fire planet. That's what Mars is going to deal with, or just look to Mars for all that. Mars. You see, the sun is like, so the sun is rules over Leo, and just a quick example, we know the sun is like, the sun rules over Leo. Leo's fixed fire. And fixed fire just means fixated on their own imagination and creativity, pretty much, and fixated upon one's own expression or ways of being expressive, because that's what the sun does. The sun likes to be. But yeah, anyway, and then we look at the sun. What does the sun do? It's fixated on bringing light to things that it shines its light over, just like the sun that it rules over, right? But yeah, now I want to say that because Mars, since we know Mars represents like our aggression and force and all that, and naturally, a way to back up, Mars is like, and to add more depth to that, um what does Mars rule? What's the sign Mars rule over? What is Mars rules over the sign Aries? And what is Aries? Aries is cardinal fire. What is cardinal fire? Cardinal fire is taking action, taking the lead, and one being one creating one's own imagination, one's own you know, and just in one's own creative endeavors, because that's what fire does with creativity and imagination, and it deals with your creativity and imagination and your expression, and anything that deals with like using your force and body in general, all that could fall into the fire element. So and just adding that little bit, you can kind of see why, you know, uh, you can kind of see why Mars, is associated with Aries, rules over Aries, can be applied to how you want to look at it. When you don't understand the planet, how the planets work, and then how the signs work with the modalities and all that, you can kind of, like I say, you can put two and two together. But anyway, with that being said, there's also like a planet. Um, yeah. Now, with that being said, there's a planet that, not a planet. We were talking about the planet. Yeah, come on already. Oh shit, that's my nickname. Anyway, awkward. There's a house that these planets and these signs usually associated with, and since we know Aries is the first sign, and all these houses actually all these houses can actually be applied to these signs in the same order. Since we know that Aries is the first sign, and we know that Aries, and we know Aries is ruled by Mars. What is Mars and Aries associated with? The first house. What does the first house deal with? What we come here to do as an individual. And we know that doing deals with initiating, and being, creating. See how it's all, like coming, see how it's all like coming to a circle. Aries, Aries, that cardinal modality deals with initiating. Mars deals with, your aggression and your force, and how fight and what you take action towards, or more so how you take action, things like that. Kind of similar to the sun. We already broke that down. and then I explain those two again, then how the first house deals with what you're here to do as an individual. So it's no surprise that all that's it's no surprise that all this seems to go hand in hand. But yeah, and like that just brings more like I always say, it brings more clarity, more validity or verification to how this planet works, or what this planet influences and what this planet is associated with. Take it how you want it. So yeah, everybody's got their own imagination and ways of looking at things. So feel free to see how these things however you want to. Anyway, let's not get distracted. So now, as I always say, like as a quick example, it's like there's your planets and your signs, then there's your house. But let's talk about like the planet and the sign real quickly before I apply it to the house. Now let's say your Mars is in like Gemini, or your Mars is in like Libra or Pisces or something like that. Take how you want it. So we say your Mars is in like Pisces. Your Mars is in Pisces. What is we know Mars does with you, how your aggression and your force and your passions and like your willpower and all that. And then you put it in Pisces. What does Pisces deal with? Pisces deals with it deals with the collective. The collective. But more so the collective unconscious. Another way to look at that is like the emotional state of the collective. So what does that mean? Your feelings and emotions is gonna, not your feeling. That's the moon. Your actions and your passions is gonna be, motivated by, it's gonna be motivated by, and act, it's gonna be motivated by, the collective, and like, the collective unconscious, the the unsung. All so many ways to look at it. That's what your Mars is gonna be activated by, because that's what Pisces deals with. Everything that deals with the like unconscious, the despondent, the institutionalized and all that, because Pisces is related to the 12th house, and the 12th house deals with all that to an extent. So, yeah, those can get in other videos, so I'll get to those when the time gets there. But that's just like a little surface level example of what Mars and Pisces is like, or how Mars and Pisces actually go about utilizing their Mars energy. Now, and say you put like Mars in, I don't know, say you put like Mars in your fifth house. What's fifth house deals with? Fifth house deals with your it deals with your creativity, and your it deals with your creativity, your romance, your fun, the hobbies and activities and all that you like to indulge in. So what happens if you put Mars here? When you put Mars here, which is which we explained, deals with your aggression and force and your sex drive and all that is going to be correlated to the things that deal with the fifth house. So it means you're going to be very aggressive and very forceful, and or very and can be even be controlling at times if it's too Martian, when it comes to you like your creativity, the hobbies and all that you like to indulge in, and your romance and gambling, because so all that falls into the fifth house. But now say if you're like we're saying Mars and Pisces, you say you got fifth house Pisces, say you got the sign Pisces in the fifth house, and if you got Pisces in that fifth, say now. But what that means is that you're going to be aggressive and forceful, and all that when it comes to your fifth house matters. But the actual way that you're going to go about doing it, which is what the sign represents, is in a Piscean way, which means you're going to do it based off of how you're going to go about utilizing your Mars energy in that house, based off how um, and based off of the overall vibe you're getting, not just like your own vibe, pretty much. If that's you know if you get the gist of that, and if you're if you're familiar with all of this, if you're familiar with all this already, you're getting it. If you're new to it, just just keep watching us. Just keep watching all of us, and you'll you'll get to a better understanding of it, which will lead to it overstanding, which will lead to an understanding. But yeah, so yeah, guys, that's gonna be my take on the sign. It's gonna be my take. This is gonna be my take on the planet Mars. As I always say, if you like this, feel free to give it a like. You got any feedback, criticism, so that's definitely it's always appreciated. Always looking to receive some. Always looking to receive some. You know, I'm just always looking to receive that, because that's always gonna help me. That's always gonna help me serve you guys better, because I'm still I still serve. I don't always, I still. What? How was I trying to say it? Basically, another way of saying it, is like I not only like to serve, but it's just nice for it to go both ways. You don't want others to put you on a pedestal, and you don't want to put others on a pedestal. You don't want to, do all that because that leads to resentment. But y'all, if y'all watching these kind of things, y'all probably already familiar with things like that anyway. But anyway, let me not get into all that. So, yeah, with all that being said, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I'm gonna talk to you on my next video where I'll be talking about this planet Venus next. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later. I love y'all. Peace.